Hello everybody and happy April. I hope you're having a wonderful start to the month. This month's spread is looking beautiful. I'm so excited to share it with you. So let's get started. So I'm just getting ready. I'm putting this little clip on the side of my page. This always helps to kind of hold everything in place. And we're going to start with the left side of the page as usual and paint a lovely cover for this month. And I'm just going to write Hello April, and I'm going to go with this beautiful like turquoise color brush pen. This is by Pentel. It's a lovely pen, and I'm just thinking about the style I'm going to go for. So I'm keeping everything really bouncy, and you can see the letters kind of stretch up and down, and I really love this playful look. So this is also my toddler's name and I'm yet to find a way to letter it in like the most beautiful way. There are some tricky letters in there. So I'm just going to add this really simple capital lettering above the word April, just kind of writing hello. And let's move on to the actual background. So I've got this beautiful burgundy pen by Tombow. So this is a Tombow dual brush pen. And I've also got this yellow color. And what we're going to do today, we're going to try and kind of mix these both together. So the rule here is to always dip or touch, you know, the darker pen with a lighter pen. So I'm just kind of touching the tip of the red pen with the tip of the yellow pen, and this kind of adds this different like reddish tone onto yellow, and it just creates this beautiful blending effect. And you can do this as many times as you like. You can do this for each petal or just once as well, you know, it'll still look beautiful. So you can also use different colors, but just pick a lighter color and a darker color, and then dip like the lighter tip of the pen into the darker tip of the pen. I hope that makes sense. So keep going. And also, if you're worrying that you're going to ruin your pen, that you know it's just not going to be clean after you use this technique, remember you can always clean it by just kind of doing a few strokes on a separate page. I'll show you that later, but yeah, don't worry, you can't you know, these are water based, so once you do a few more strokes on a different page to get the red off, it'll go back to its yellow. So you can see how I'm dipping pretty much for every single petal. I say dip, but you know what I mean. So it's kind of dipping, you're kind of picking up paint. So I'm just doing these 5 petal flowers, and we're not worrying about the center of the flower just yet, but just start scattering them around the page. Do some small ones, do some bigger ones. You can also try to show them from like different perspectives. Maybe some of the front petals will be a bit more flat looking, a bit shorter, while some of the background ones will be maybe a bit bigger, or the other way around. So try to kind of maneuver these flower heads in a way that will look natural. So I'm just doing as many as I can. It is a bit of a process. Obviously you need to pick up more paint from time to time, so you get this beautiful blended look. So you can see how it kind of turned into orange with some beautiful reddish gradient in there. So just think about other colors you can use in the future. You could always try some pink with like some darker red, or pink with purple would look beautiful. So keep going. I might speed this process up, but just add in as many petals as you like. You can also pause this video, and when you're ready, let's continue with the next step. So I'm also doing some of these little buds. So I'm just doing like 3 short petals, starting with the middle one, and then kind of doing the sides as well, like this. And this will just add a bit of variation to this composition. It's nice to include, as I said, like different perspectives of the flower, but also including some little buds might represent a bit more growth and yeah, just movement. So now I'm grabbing this red pen that I was using to darken the yellow and just adding little dots inside of each of these flower heads. So lots and lots of little dots. Don't be afraid to make these centers of the flower quite big. We probably want to leave the buds alone because they're kind of closed off for now. But yeah, definitely add in some lovely chunky center for each flower using the red pen, or you can also use brown or black. But yeah, I think this dark red just works really, really well. There we go. So now it's time to add in leaves. So I've got this green brush sign pen by Pentel, but I've also got this blue, which is a different brand. It's a Tombow pen, but it really doesn't matter what brand you use here. So it's a different type of pen, but I'm thinking that I might actually dip my green into blue from time to time to create a beautiful blended effect. And in terms of how we're doing these leaves, so we are just doing the stem first and then extending lots of little stems and adding on a little leaf shape. So this is just like a really nice style of doing this, and it's just a little bit different from, like, you know, maybe the usual branch you're used to doing. So always extend from the main stem and you'll end up with lots of like little leaves around the main stem, and it's just going to look really nice. Like, it definitely makes it look a bit fuller, which I really love. So it takes a bit of time, I'm not going to lie, you know, but yeah, it's also really relaxing. See if you can just relax into it, think about the next month, and yeah, just think about all the things you'll be writing down on the right side, maybe about your month's goals, your health goals, family goals, work or fun goals. Think about the habits you would like to keep up with and some important dates. Maybe we're going on a holiday in April and I'm really excited. It's been a while since we've been away. We've never actually been away with both of the kids, so that's going to be fun. But yeah, keep going, just do lots of these leaves. You can add the leaves wherever you like, but I'm just doing like the like little stalks for little buds, so all the flower buds. I'm just doing like a little line, and I'm also extending some leaves from each flower head kind of in the most natural way, but I'm also doing some randomly in the background, so you can do literally whatever you like. But I think adding a little stem to the flower heads definitely works. And then obviously we want to make the flower heads look a bit more natural, so adding like maybe one little leafy branch at the top and one at the bottom might look really nice. But also if you need to fill in space in between, you can also add and fill in the background. So there. So I'm kind of thinking to like dip into my blue and try that out, and maybe even dipping into red might work really well. So mixing green and blue creates a really beautiful green, and also mixing green and red creates like a more of a mossy looking, like a muted green color. So I might give that a go. So I'm just using the same technique, kind of dipping my green, getting a bit more paint from the blue on my green pen and seeing what happens. There isn't like a drastic change, but I can definitely see a little tone, like a little change in the shade. So give it a go. It'll definitely make it look more interesting. It might not be very visible to you as you do it, but I think when the composition comes together, it'll make a lot of difference. So we're not doing like anything difficult here in terms of drawing, but I think playing with color is what's going to help to really kind of elevate it and just make it look quite full and just really spring-like. So yeah, give it a go. And I might speed this up again, you know, just give you some space to get creative, and feel free to pause the video and I'll see you at the next step. So I think April's cover page looks beautiful. Let me know what you think. And we're going to start designing the layout for the next page. So I'm just going to letter month at a glance. So I'm just using a black Tombow for the Nasuki brush pen. And I'm just doing this really simplistic kind of lettering style. So going thick, going heavy when going down to create a thick stroke, and going lightly when going up. So obviously if you're not familiar with calligraphy, this might be really difficult to use, so just remember you can always use your handwriting and just try to stylize it. You don't have to do brush calligraphy, but I do know that a lot of you here know how to do it, so you know it's a nice way to practice your skills. So well done if you're giving it a go. It's all about practice. So now I'm going to use this micron pen, which is just like a fine liner pen, and I'm going to just write the first letter of each day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just the first letter really. And then underneath I'm just going to do the numbers. So today is the 1st and it's a Monday, so and I'm just filling in all of the days, and we're ending the month on Tuesday with the 30th. So take your time to do it slowly, to try and keep it straight. I know it's not the easiest thing to do, but try your best. I've been really enjoying journaling with you guys. I can really see how, you know, it's getting a bit more natural, because if you know me, you'll know that, you know, I hate doing like things in a straight line. I find it really difficult. I don't even, you know, even if I use a ruler, I just find it so difficult anyway. So doing this every month has really helped me to kind of try and eyeball straight lines, which is really difficult, you know. So if you feel the same, just know that you're not alone. So there we go. I've just highlighted the days using some green. You might want to wait for it to, for the black pen to dry before you do it, because I didn't wait enough, I think, because mine is definitely a bit smudged now, but that's okay. Right, so here on the left we're going to write habit tracker, and you can use a brush pen if you like, or you can just do this in a normal pen. So I'm just being really mindful to keep my lettering really small here, because it's quite hard to do with a brush pen, but I'm just trying to remind myself to keep everything really small. And I'm not doing any fancy cross lines or anything. I'm just keeping my lettering really kind of simplistic, so all the cross lines are really straight. There we go, just checking where I'm at and finishing with the last letter. Now think about a habit you want to kind of implement more into your daily life this month, and for me it's definitely yoga. So because I'm breastfeeding at the moment and my back is just, I feel like it's ruined. So I remember last time when my first baby was born, I remember doing yoga, and I was really you know, on top of it. I was like, all right, it's yoga time today, so 10 minutes. And now this time around with my second one, I haven't done any, I think. So this is my goal for the month, and think about what it is that you want to do. I saw some of you last month that some of you wrote like no spending. That's such a good one as well, like no spending days. I love that. So I wrote the habit down, and I've just done this little wonky frame, and I left a bit of room on the left side to kind of fill the left side with a bit of drawing. So I'm going to do this lovely flower just to keep up with the theme from the page on the left, and they just kind of blend in really nicely, just adding a little detail. So more leaves. There, I'm just going to go over this once again, because I'm going to try and straighten it. So So there I was feeling proud of myself because I'm doing straight lines. So this one's definitely not straight, but it still looks nice. So I'm just going to fill this little rectangle with all the days of the month. So the idea is that you'll circle the day when you do your habit. So let's say I'm doing yoga tonight, and I'm going to just circle the number 1 in yellow, for example. So yeah, every time you do the habit that you kind of planned for this month, you can circle the day, and at the end of the month you can see how many times you actually did it. So yeah, I think it's a really nice way to track it. I've had some was it 21 days that it takes to build up a new habit, so try to go for 21 days and see what happens. Well, now I'm feeling accountable, so I'll definitely try. There we go. So that's the habit tracker. Let's see what else we can add in. So let's do like month goals. And we're going to break it down into health, family, work and fun. So 4 different types of goals. So I'm just going to grab this green pen that I used to letter the word April on the left. And I'm just going to letter month's goals. And it's going to look really pretty, I think. And again, I'm just being mindful of keeping it fairly small. There we go, and I'm going to grab a black pen now to do like different sections. So I'm going to do health, family, work and fun. And yeah, just try and be careful here to make sure you have enough room for everything. So again, I'm doing a bit of lettering here and doing the word health. Then I'm going to do the word family, work and fun. So being super mindful to try and squeeze everything in. So there we go. Try to think about the spacing of your letters here, so try to keep those connection strokes a bit short. But the word family is quite long, isn't it? I think it's looking quite pretty already, so I hope you're pleased with yours so far. And if it's not perfect, just please don't worry, like mine isn't as well. I think it's just fun to do. It's fun to practice, like drawing different things every month, and just sit down and take time to think about the month ahead. I think that's what it's all about. There we go. So that's our black lettering there. And I'm just going to do these little bullet points. So imagining that these are little bullet points, but I'm going to do little flower heads instead. And I'm still using the same technique, doing a bit of blending with my yellow and red pen. So I'm just going to do 3. So this is for health. So I might do the same thing for work, but then for family and fun, I might do little leaves. So again, take your time here. I just really love that orange look. Reminds me of sunset. It's really pretty. And I'm really curious to try this with different combinations. I think in the past I've definitely done red and purple and it looked really good as well. Right, so just doing the middle of the flower again in red. Just colouring in any bits that I missed. And here, so this is how I clean the pen. So now I'm finished with it, I think. So I'm just gonna clean it on a separate page. I might just do one last flower here. So actually, you can write like the main goal for this month underneath like month's goals, and that would be like your main goal. Maybe you want to save up for something. Maybe you want to, I don't know, do something like a work goal, but something like big, something you really want to focus on. And I'm just going to underline this text. So imagine that I've written something there, and I will write something, but I just thought I'll do this little leafy branch using a fine tip pen, and I might add a bit of green to colour in the leaves. So just because there's a bit of room there, and I thought it could be like a nice addition to fill that space. And when I write something there, I'll make sure to follow this baseline of the branch, and I think it's going to look pretty. There we go. And whilst I got this green, I'm just going to do some leaves for so on the family and fun. So these will be little bullet points, and you want to try and make them in like different directions, so they don't have to face, they don't have to be at the same slant and face the same side. So some of them can be going up, some of them can be going down, and it just adds again like a lot of movement, and that's what we want, to try and make it look natural. I'm really looking forward to filling this in. I'm definitely going to have a nice session when I put kids to bed and just do a bit of journaling. It definitely helps to clear your mind, I think. Let me know if you agree. There we go. So those are the bullet points. I'm just doing the final touches there. And we're pretty much done. I mean, there's a bit of room there on the right. Somehow it's kind of created this little hole. So I think we could add something in there. So how about we just do something like important dates? We could squeeze in a little rectangle there or so. So let's have a look. So, oh, and I'm also just going to highlight this evening yoga. So the habit, you're right, it'll look quite nice when you highlight it, and then you can use the same color to track this habit. But yeah, so just doing the important dates. So maybe you have some important dates this month, and it'll be quite nice to write them down, I think. So I'm just using my micron pen and doing this like capital letter writing. I'm just going to highlight it and do like 3 bullet points. I'm not gonna make them as flower heads or anything, but just simple bullet points. So there we go, and this is pretty much the end result. I'm really pleased with this one. It just looks so fresh and, I don't know, beautiful, and I hope you agree. And I'm dying to see yours, so please share. I would really love to see your version of this. And yes, thank you so much for watching, and have a lovely month.